that's the way it must be. Okay, I guess I'll go on.
Picture this, October 28th, 1967. It's a crisp fall day in Smyrna, Georgia, a sleepy suburb just outside Atlanta, where the air smells like pine trees and possibility. That's the day Julia Fiona Roberts enters the world, the baby of the family, with a cry that probably already sounded like a giggle. Her mom, Betty Lou Bredemus, was a one-time actress with a voice like honey and a spirit that lit up stages. Dad, Walter Grady Roberts, was the dreamer, a playwright, actor, and even a voice coach who once charmed his way into her mom's heart at a military base in Germany. They ran the Atlanta Actors and Writers Workshop, turning their home into a chaotic theater of laughter, lines, and life lessons. Julia's big brother Eric, the intense one who'd later become a Hollywood staple, was already stealing scenes at age 5, while sister Lisa was the quiet, creative force. The Roberts house? It was improv central. Kids reciting Shakespeare over breakfast, Betty Lou belting show tunes, Walter scribbling scripts by lamplight. Julia soaked it all in, her wide eyes dreaming bigger than the Smoky Mountains she loved to hike. She was a tomboy at heart, climbing trees, collecting critters, whispering secrets to stray cats. "I wanted to be a vet," she'd later say, her voice cracking with that raw honesty. Animals didn't judge, they just loved. But here's where the fairy tale phrase. When Julia was just 5, her parents split. Betty remarried, and the family scattered like leaves in a Georgia wind. Julia bounced between homes, feeling that ache of a broken home too young. School. She was the class clown, the one cracking jokes to hide the hurt, studying journalism at Smyrna High because words felt safe. But acting, it called her like a siren's song. Eric had bolted to New York at 18, landing roles that made headlines. If he can chase stars, Julia thought, why not me? At 17, diploma in hand, she hopped a plane to the Big Apple. No plan, just a suitcase and a smile that could melt steel. Little did she know the city that never sleeps was about to hand her the role of a lifetime, or break her trying. But wait, what if that first audition wasn't a door opening, but a window slamming shut? Stick around, because Julia's early hustle is about to get real messy. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where fairy tales aren't just for kids. They're scripted by life itself. Today, we're diving deep into the whirlwind life of Julia Roberts, the girl from Georgia who laughed her way into our hearts, turned a gritty script into a billion-dollar smile, and built an empire of charm that still sparkles today. Buckle up for 20 minutes of drama, dreams, and that iconic grin. We're starting at the very beginning, because every queen needs a crown forged in the fire of her roots. New York in the 80s, neon lights flickering like false promises, sidewalks chewed up and spit out dreams daily. Julia crashes on Eric's couch, her journalism dreams dissolving faster than instant coffee. She's 18, leggy and luminous, but raw, auditioning for toothpaste ads and bit parts that paid in peanuts. I was terrified, she'd confess years later, but fear's just excitement, without the breath. She lands a walk-on in Satisfaction, 1988, strumming a guitar like she owned the stage. Then Mystic Pizza, 1988, pizza slinging in a Rhode Island diner, her breakout as the Fiery Daisy. Critics whispered, "Who's this girl with a megawatt smile?" But Hollywood, it was a meat grinder. Enter Steel Magnolias, 1989. Julia as Shelby, the Southern belle with diabetes and a death wish. Opposite Sally Field and Dolly Parton? She nailed it. Oscar nod at 22, the youngest ever for Best Supporting Actress. Doors creaked open. Then came the call that changed everything. Gary Marshall's Pretty Woman. The script? Dark as midnight, a prostitute and a cold corporate raider in a transactional tango. Original title? 3,000, as in dollars per night. Julia reads it, heart pounding. This could be huge or humiliating. She auditions opposite Richard Gere, that silver fox with eyes like lasers. Sparks, electric, but drama brews fast. Producers want Meg Ryan. Julia's too green, too untested. She's almost fired. Day one, nerves shot, tears flowing in the makeup trailer. "I can't do this," she sobs to Gary. He pulls her aside. "Kid, fake it till you make it. Laugh through the fear." And she does. That bubbly, infectious cackle. Pure improv, born from terror. No nudity. Her one demand, a line in the sand. Gary fights for her. This girl's got magic. Cut to the poster shoot. Not even Julia's body. Body double Shelley Michelle stands in, head swapped later. Tabloids buzz. Who is this mystery woman? Filming's a circus. Julia ad-libs the opera scene's awe. Richard snaps her out of a funk with an unscripted jewelry box flick. Box office? $463 million, Julia? An overnight icon at 22. Her smile plastered on every magazine from Vogue to the checkout line. But stardom's a double-edged sword. Paparazzi hounding her every step. Romances flickering like faulty bulbs. Kiefer Sutherland, anyone? From pizza girl to princess. But what price that crown? Hang on tight because the real drama of Pretty Woman isn't on screen. It's the off-screen battles that nearly cost her everything. Let's rewind the reel on Pretty Woman's hidden heartaches. Gary Marshall takes a sleazy spec script from J.F. Lawton, a tale of sex work's grit, no happy ending in sight. He flips it. Add heart, humor, a shopping spree on Rodeo Drive. Casting. Al Pacino passes. Michelle Pfeiffer? Nope. Julia? The wild card. At 21, she's green as spring grass, but her audition tape, giggling through tears, seals it. She's Vivian, Gary declares. Day one on set. Julia freezes. The role's exposing, literally, in early drafts. No nudity, she insists, voice steady as steel. Producers balk. It's integral. Gary mediates, rewrites on the fly. Julia's almost axed. Studio execs scream for a proven star. Whispers fly. She's not bankable. But Richard Gere sees it. This girl's a force. He champions her, sharing war stories from American Gigolo. Off camera, Julia's a pro, learning pole dancing for fun, charming the crew with southern sass. That infamous laugh, not scripted. Exhausted after a 14-hour day, she cracks up mid-take. Gary yells, "Cut!" Then, "Print!" Magic captured. But the drama peaks. Julia clashes with execs over the ending. Original? Tragic. Her character discarded like yesterday's news. Make it real, she pushes. Gary agrees. Vivian chooses love, not luxury. The jewelry scene? Julia's idea. Wide-eyed wonder turning to fire. Box office explodes, but so does scrutiny. Julia sues her agency over bad deals. Tabloids dub her the runaway bride before the movie even exists. Romantically, Kiefer proposes with a $20,000 ring, then cheats per headlines. Julia bolts to Ireland, heart in tatters. Pretty Woman saves her career, but nearly breaks her soul. From hooker with a heart to heartbreaker herself. What happens when the fairy tale fades? The answer? A phoenix rise. But first, a detour to Tinseltown's pinnacle, where one role hands her an Oscar and a lifetime of what-ifs. Pretty Woman catapults Julia to $20 million paydays. She's the highest-paid actress alive. The Pelican Brief, My Best Friend's Wedding, that Runaway Bride sequel fans begged for. But 2000? Lightning strikes. Erin Brockovich. Julia transforms. Frizzy wig, trashy tanks. A single mom's fury against corporate poison. This is me, she says, channeling every underdog fight from her Georgia days. Oscar Gold at 32, first for a rom-com queen. Speech? Tear-streaked, thanking her rock. Cameraman Danny Motter met on the Mexican set. Sparks flew mid-helicopter crash scene. Wedding bells, 2002. New Mexico ranch, barefoot and blissful. Twins Hazel and Phineas. Then Henry, her little man. Hollywood takes a back seat. Julia moms hard, farms organically, hikes those smoky mountains with kids in tow. But the call returns. Eat, Pray, Love, Duplicity, then TV's Gaslit 2022, as a fierce Watergate whistleblower. At 57, she's selective, producing, advocating for women's rights, that smile undimmed. Romances. Danny's her anchor, no scandals, just quiet strength. Eric? Estranged, a sibling rift mended in whispers. Life's not perfect. Divorce scars linger, industry sexism bites. But Julia, she's the blueprint for grace under fire. Yet, even icons need escape. What if her ultimate sanctuary isn't a ranch, but a storybook street across the pond, where blue doors hide secrets and actresses whisper dreams? Fast forward to today. Julia's a global nomad. New Mexico ranches for family roots, New York lofts for city pulse, California beaches for soul resets. But her heart's secret? London. Specifically Notting Hill, that kaleidoscope neighborhood where Portobello Road's antique stalls hum with history and Victorian townhouses blush in candy colors. It's celeb central. Hugh Grant's stomping grounds, from Notting Hill ironically, Paul McCartney's nearby lair, Emma Watson's quiet corner. Actresses flock here, Keira Knightley, Lily James, even Emma Thompson, drawn to its bohemian buzz and privacy behind high hedges. Julia's pad? A sprawling Georgian gem on Westbourne Park Road. Echoes of that famous blue door from the movie where she played Anna Scott, spilling orange juice on Hugh's shirt. Coincidence? Fate. Bought in the early 2000s, it's her Euro escape. Sun-drenched kitchens for pancake mornings with the Mauder clan, a garden for reading scripts under wisteria. Paparazzi. Rare. The street's a fortress of discretion, where stars nod over morning coffees without flashbulbs. London feels like slipping into silk, Julia once mused in a rare interview. Here she unwinds, strolls antique markets, sips tea at cozy cafes, maybe even laughs at her own rom-com legacy. From Georgia grit to global glamour, Julia Roberts isn't just a star. She's the spark that reminds us, laugh loud, love fierce, and always rewrite the ending. What's your favorite Julia moment? Drop it below, and who knows, maybe her next chapter's just an audition away. Thanks for joining the ride. Smile on, friends.